So in the last video we were discussing about configuration of Supabase. We went through how you can connect your Supabase project to Android Studio. So today we are going to be dealing with authenticating of users. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new package. I'm gonna name as these screens. Then I will have my sign-in screen. Let us start up with the sign-in screen. Then I'm going to create a composable sign-up screen. So I'm going to run my program so that we see the new changes that are there. So I'm gonna wait for it to start running so that we continue creating the UI that is for the sign up. So again we have to wait. So our app is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and over here, instead of having a user list, I'm going to have my sign up screen so that we render the same here and wait for it to show up. So my screen is a bit empty, so maybe I can just by having a box, and then inside that box I may decide to have a column, and maybe inside that column I decide to have a text of sign up, and in this case be sure to import this. So my text is just I'm gonna pass modify here so that the content gets pushed some bit of values from the top, and then be sure to import the extension for padding, and as we are going to see in a moment, these text will be pushed a bit down. Then this one I have I can pass horizontal alignment being equal to alignment dot center horizontally, and also vertical arrangement, that is arrangement dot center. So for this particular text is going to be at the center. Then for it to truly be in the center, we have to fill the maximum width. So we have to fill the maximum width. Forget that. Then this one should also fill the maximum size that is available. And then I can have a top padding maybe of 20 units. And I can have these as maybe not color but text font size being equal to around that.sp. Then be sure to import these, and then here I can have another column. So before that, I may decide to declare some variables. In this case, var email value by remember. In this case, it's a mutable state of, not list of, but a mutable state of. In this case, it's a null value, so initialize it with an empty string. Then you have to carry out the set and get imports. Then you have a by remember. In this case, a mutable state of null again. So then you have is password visible. This will be equal to if is okay, or just by remember. In this case, because this is a boolean, this one will be used to control if the user's password is visible. I'm going to have that. Then here I'll have a text field. In this case, a value of user email, not email but email value. And on value change, I'm gonna set on email value being equal to it. Then here we require, I don't know why it's rendering above, it should be below, but I can decide to have a spacer that has a modifier being equal to a modifier dot height of about that unit. And then be sure to import this, and then also this as well. And replace this with a column. So that this just becomes 20. It's okay. So I can have my column back so that I'll be able to align my content well. So here I'm gonna have a modifier being equal to a modifier dot padding. In this case, 10 units from each and every end. For this one, I can have a modifier is equals to modifier dot fill max width, and then here I can have that. So I'm gonna also have colors being equal to text field colors dot colors. So this should be text field default dot colors. In this case, we can have I'm gonna have a text field indicator color being equal to color dot transparent, and then also forecast indicator color being again equal to color dot transparent. Then here I have a comma to separate this. Then I have a focused container color. So I need a comma here. So focused container color is color dot gray. And also unfocused container color is color dot gray. And then I decide to have a placeholder being equal to of example at gmail.com. Then I have a color equal to color dot white. Yeah, then I decide to have maybe some border radius. So I have a modifier equal to modifier dot shape. I don't know if this specific okay, it accepts a shape parameter, so I'm gonna remove this, and I'm going to have a rounded corner shape of maybe 10.dp. So yeah, it looks a bit fine. So here I'm going to have the same for the password. So here I'm going to have password value, then on value change it's going to be password value, and then I decide to have a trailing icon so that I can have that feature to toggle the password that we just saw. So I'm gonna have that icon, then I decide to have another parameter. So I decide to have this as lock, then I be sure to import icons, and then I also import this and also this, and then I decide to have modifier. That is, we are going to be having a modifier being equal to a modifier dot color, not dot color, but okay, that one will set the background. So this one will need tint being equals to color dot white. So this icon becomes white in color, and then this one we have space. It looks a bit more organized. Yeah, it's good. In the text will just be maybe something like that. Then we have to make this icon a bit clickable. So we have modifier equal to modifier dot clickable. Then we have an onClick function being equal to setting the password. So we have to set the password visibility. So we have is password visible equal to not is password visible. Yeah. Then this one, this visual transform. We also need a visual transformation here parameter. So let me just organize this so that it looks a bit more readable. With all these related to here, so we have these parameters, and then have inside here also a visual transformation. That is, if if the password is visible, we need to show the user what the user has typed. So we have visual transformation.none, and then else we have password visual transformation. So we call the same there, and then we can test that out. If I type that and try to toggle, you see it's working fine. And then also for the trailing icon, I might decide to have the same if checks. So if is password visible, I'll know what I'm going to render this. Let me see where it ends. It's here. So I'm gonna copy that, and then here I decide to paste the same, but this time it will be something else like edit. Then I'm gonna import the same. Yeah, so right now if I type that, so I see that it's changing well. Yeah, so that's how it should work. Then now after this column, not after this column, the text field, the text field ends there. We are going to have a button with an on click being equal to something, and we are going to render a text composable. Then we might decide to have sign up. Let us install this particular button or import. Then I can copy this as spacer. Then decide to have that. Then I might decide to have a modifier being equal to modifier that it fills the entire width. Then I'm also going to add another button for signing up with Google. I'm going to have that as well. Then I copy this. So now we have that. Then here I'm going to have a text that will update the state if we have on success. But I'm just going to comment that out. So we have these. Now we need to establish this setting up of these in Supabase. So I'm gonna go ahead to my Supabase project, and then under sign in providers, you just have to check this tab, authentication, and then you go to sign in providers. So yeah, for the providers you have to make sure email is enabled, and in this case up here, so this one make sure it's checked, and this one you have to uncheck because we don't want confirmation of email, but if you require you can enable the same. Then we are going to have Google as well as another email or authenticator. Then here we need some things that we require to get from the Google Cloud. So I'm gonna go ahead and open Google Cloud, and then open that first link, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to console. Your project is going to look like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on APIs and services. So click on it. Then page. Then you have to create a project so that you can use the APIs. So for that, I'm just going to just leave it like that. So I'm going to wait for my project to get created so that I start using the APIs. Yeah. After the project is created, I'm going to enable APIs and services. So click on enable API and services. So here I'm going to search for Gmail. So because we are going to sign in with that email provided, so I'm going to enable this, and then I'm going to start or obtain my credentials for use. So once my project has been created, or I've enabled the Gmail, I'm going to go over here to credentials, and so because we've added the Gmail, I'm going to have credentials here. Then I'm going to click on this button. So I'm going to create credentials. In this case is an auth client ID that you require. Let me first configure my consent screen. So get started. So app name, I'm going to have this as Supabase tutorial. The support email, and I can have that external audience. And next, the contact address is that. And then I'm going to agree and just continue. So you have to consent yourself, the same. So since now I have that, I'm going to click ahead and go to create auth client. So I'm going to choose my application type is an Android application, and I'm going to have this as a Supabase tutorial. The package name, I can have this, just copy this because it's what we currently have. I'm gonna paste that there. Then we need to generate this SHA-1 certificate fingerprint. So you're going to go ahead to your project and open up a terminal, and then you are going to run this command. So gladly sign in report. Then wait for the build to complete so that we can generate the SHA-1 certificate that we wanted. So I'm going to wait for it to finish. So my build has completed successfully. Then this SHA-1 is the one that we needed. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste that inside here. And I remove the space that was there before. So after you copy the same, you're going to go ahead and create. So and then now you have the client ID in which we needed in Supabase. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on OK. And then now, as you can see, my specific client is created. So for that, so I'm going to also have a callback URL, but this will be, we will set that up in the project, but I'm just going to go ahead and open a notepad and copy that so that we just go ahead and have that. Then I'm going to go ahead and save. So now the Google method for authentication is enabled, and now we can go ahead and implement that the backend to do so. So in this case, so here I'll need some variables. That is being equal to remember coroutine scope. So I'm going to have that. Then here, let us start with sign up because it's the easiest. So here we'll launch the coroutine. So I'm going to have the coroutine scope, in this case .launch. So I'm gonna have try catch block. So I'm going to catch E, that is an exception, and then so catch is that. So I'm gonna catch an exception, and I'm gonna log .e context. Then we have sign up error. So I'm going to have the e dot localized message, and then here I'm going to have toast dot length short, and then dot show, and then I still need this context and also to import log as fast. So we'll need a context that is equal to local context dot current, and then here this one should be a toast, sorry. And then for toast we have to use dot make text, and then it should be good. But now here we are going to have a result being equal to, okay, first of all we need to configure Supabase. So I'm gonna create another class, or not another class but another package, and I'm going to name these utilities. Now here I have, can create not a Java class but a Kotlin class, that is Supabase client. So in this case I'm going to carry out a number of configurations. So I'm gonna first of all ahead and have a sealed interface. Interface is a small I. So a sealed interface of an auth response. Then I'm going to add some configuration. So we need a data object that is success, that will be used to inform the user that the authentication has successfully. So we need also a data class error with some values. So here we'll have message being equal to an nullable string. So we have that, and then also this also returns an auth response. Then here I can decide to have another class of auth manager. So I'm gonna have a private val, in this case the context, equal to context. Then I need to go ahead and import context. Then inside here I'm going to have the Supabase configuration. So I'm going to create a Supabase client. Create Supabase client, and you have to say this is a private val. So I'm going to import the function to create Supabase client. Then here I'm going to have the Supabase key and also the Supabase URL. So I'm going to need, so these ones I'm going to just copy what I had here. So these two. Then I'm going to remove this in the main activity because we don't need it anymore. So I'm going to just remove that, and just remove also this as well. So we now have that, but also we need to have a configuration to install Auth. Then now we can have a function to sign up user with email. And now in this case we need some parameters, so an email value of type string and password value again of a string. In this case, this will return a flow. Let me just try to minimize this. A flow of outflow. A flow of out response. In this case, this will be a flow. Now we are going to have that, and then we have a flow as import flow. And then inside here we'll have now that logic too. So then I'm gonna have toast dot make text, in this case the context, and I'm going to have a sign up error. In this case I'm going to have e dot localized message, or not just e localized message, but let's just try to be a bit more broad and remove this, and maybe I'm going to have an emit of out response again dot error if an error does occur. So I'm going to have e dot localized message. So again, I guess that is a bit more informative. So here I'm going to have a Supabase Auth, not Supabase Auth, but Supabase dot auth dot sign up. I'm going to first import this out. So I'm going to sign up with my provider is email, and then be sure to import this from this built-in. So email. So I'm going to have email equal to my email value in which I supplied, and the password being equal to my password value. And then here, after I do that, I'm going to emit out response, in this case dot success if that particular sign up has worked well. Then that is the first function that we need. Then the other function is sign in user. In this case again I still need an email value that is a string. I'm also going to need a password value. Again, that is a string, and I'm also still going to return this as a flow. That is out the response, which is equals to flow. And then inside here I'll have that logic to sign up or sign in, sorry. That's in as an exception, and then I'm going to emit out response.error. So I'm going to have e.localized message, and here I'm going to just have SupabaseAuth signing with, again it's still email, and then I'm going to supply my email again being equal to email value, and my password being equal to my password value. So that's just how we do the same. Now we go to the third part, that is logging the Google user. So we also need to implement the logging the Google user. Again, it's a flow of out the response again, and then being equal to flow, and then now we have we need some parameters like something like hash nodes. And now we first of all need to create this function, so I'm gonna go ahead and create that. In this case, this just returns a string. So this just enables us to use the Google authentication. Maybe use in our application. So here I'm going to go ahead and have a function to first of all generate a random ID, then convert this to a string. Then I have bytes that will be equal to my response dot byte array. I need to convert this to byte array. Then that we need a message digester. A message digest, so message digest equal to a message digest. In this case, dot get instance. And now here inside you have to supply the instance. In this case is a SHA-256, and this should be a minus. So now we also need a digest variable as well. So I'll digest and then equal to media digest message digest dot digest. In this case, the function also accepts some parameters, so we pass the bytes inside there. And then now, since this is returning, we have to add a return statement. So I'm going to have digest.fold. In this case, just to format this specific thing that is being returned. So I'm going to have that. And then inside here, I'm going to have str plus, and then you have some format specifiers. So I'm going to have this. So we're just going to return that specific thing. Now after this, we are going to have another thing, that is Google option, which is equals to get. You need to get the Google option. So because we've enabled the same, so we need to have get Google ID option dot build. I don't know if this was it's going to be imported. I guess it should be imported. I don't know if, let's just first of all continue and see if the compiler will be able to get the same. So our client ID is just what we copied. So if I go ahead to my sign-in providers, here was my client ID. So I'm going to go ahead and copy everything. In this case, just that. So I'm also going to have a set nonce again of hashed nonce or hash nonce. So I'm just going to pass that as that. So, and then I'm also going to need another parameter dot set auto select. Enabled. In this case, this is just going to be a boolean of false. And I'm also going to have self filter by authorized accounts. In this case is another boolean, so I'm going to have that as false. And I'm also now finally going to have dot build. So I guess this is let's just go ahead and add that dependency and wait for it to finish this. Then as it goes on, we have another variable, a request. Again is get credential request. In this case, dot builder. And then we basically have two things that we do add here. Add credential option. In this case is the Google option that we have, and then also we need to build this. So and then we need to have another one, the credential manager, being equal to the credential manager class. So the credential manager class, and again dot create. In this case, we will pass a context, and then now we can go ahead and try that logic to attempt to log in using Google. So I'm going to have that exception. Then I'm still going to emit an auth response. In this case, dot error. And then I'm gonna have e dot localized message. I might also decide to tell the user of the error, maybe by having Google inside there, and then here I just decide to have ie dot localized message. And then now we have that logic to now implement. So I'm going to have that by just have credential manager dot get credential. So these you have to supply some parameters, that is a context and a request. So I'm going to have context being equal to context, and also a request being equal to a request. So these are the two parameters that we have. Then now we also need to have a Google ID token, in this case credential. So being equal to get, not get but Google ID token. So we also need a Google token, Google ID token credential. In this case, we need to configure the same. So we'll have dot create from the result dot credential dot data. Then now we have the last thing. So the ID token being equal to Google ID token credential. In this case, we are going to access the ID token from the same. And also now we can have Supabase now dot auth dot now sign in with Google, not Google but ID token. So I'm going to have an ID token, and then now I have to supply some parameters inside here. So I'm going to have ID token being equal to Google ID token, and I'm also having my provider as Google. Then now I can have emit auth response dot success. So after trying to correct the error on my own, I was able to correct those errors that did occur in the Google ID option builder by first of all isolating these variables here. Then I did use them in my function, but in this case the sign up user still remains the same, sign in still remains the same, and now here was the issue, because this option had not be built correctly. So I had to redo the same, and now it would work. And now I have this last part, that is SupabaseAuth signing with ID token. Then you earn it. So that basically is a configuration of this custom utility. So I'm gonna now go ahead into my main app, to the screens. Let me have this now. In this case, button on click. So I need to call the function that is going to first of all, let's just start easily. We don't this is just with the regular sign up. Yeah. So here first of all, what I need is I need a couple of things. So I need an auth manager. So I'm gonna need an auth manager, which is given by remember. In this case, what are you remembering? Is the class that we've just created, and in this case we are going to pass the context, but now this has to go down below this. So we have that, and then we have that logic to log in. Now we can just sign up by just having this, because we've just already constructed the logic. We're gonna have auth manager dot sign up with email. In this case, we are going to pass the email because it accepts or it requires 2 parameters. So I'm gonna pass them that way, and I'm gonna just remove this. So it should be that way, and then you also need to check or you also need to process the result for this particular process. So I can have this being a lambda function. So if a result is auth_response.successful, meaning the authentication was successful, we are going to log.d, maybe something like success, and say email success. Yeah, and we also need to okay, log has already been imported, and then we have an else statement. I will have a log.e or log. Let's say e. Let's say this is an error, so we'll have email error. So we can have that, and then we have to specify where is this going, and this is a capital E. You have to specify again. You have to specify where this is going to launch. So we have dot launch in, and then we pass our coroutine scope. So we're going to be having that. Then you have to import that as well, and also these you import. So we can now try it out and see if it does compile and return a success. So here I might decide to just instead of let me just have a boolean that will I'll have a boolean that will be used to then here inside this particular if success we want to set is success dot value being equal to true, because okay, oh yeah, this is a boolean, so you don't have dot value, so we just have is equals to true. Then make sure you use var, not val. So here I'm gonna now have if is success, we can show a text that you can have a text that successful. When I do remove this, my keyboard is responding a bit slower, but here we can have successful email. Then here we'll have an else block. That will just display. We can use this as that. So okay, let's just stop with an else. Let's use it that way. Let's wait for the Gradle build to complete. I'm gonna fast forward the video until the build comes to completion. So my build has completed. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to add myself. And then I can have my password, and then I can sign up, and now you can see successful email, so meaning our user has been added. If I come home to authentication, I'll be able to see myself there. So that's one thing. So that confirms sign up with email has worked. And then now we have this one for Google. So for Google, we still have the same procedure that we've just used. So we'll have an on click being equal to the out manager. In this case, dot login with Google, and so this implementation is just the one that has been implemented here, login with Google. So I'm gonna have that, and then again I still have an on each. In this case, result is a lambda function. So if result is out of the response again dot success, we're still going to just basically have this. We're still just going to have this, and then here we have dot launching the coroutine scope. So for Google, we just have that as well, and then now we can refresh our page. So if you've signed in using different Google accounts in this particular phone, it is going to allow you to log in with that particular Google account that you have there. So I'm going to move to the next thing, and that is sign in. But for sign in, you will just have the same logic, only that here, okay, we just call the correct function. Here we will not have sign up user within, but we just have sign up or sign in. Sorry, we'll just call is what we'll call, and then now we can have our user. So I'm gonna wait for it to complete, then I carry on with the build. So I have sign up with Google. I can click that as well, but since I've not logged in using any Google account, is not going to pop up because I don't have any active Google accounts on this particular device. So I tried the same on my physical device. So I'm going to try and click on that, and as you can see, these particular options appear. Those are the emails that I have. So it just means the function is working. So I'm gonna go ahead to logcat and try again and see if okay, for the Google, okay, I'll just have this. So here you can see the user cancelled the operator because I cancelled it. So I'm gonna take one email and try to select it, and then I'm gonna continue. And I get the developer console is not yet set up correct. I don't know why. Okay, maybe because of the redirect URL, but you've seen that that particular option does appear. So yeah, so for the sign in, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new Kotlin file that is sign in screen, and then I'm just going to go ahead and copy everything that is here and paste the same, but here I'm going to have sign in screen instead of sign up, but the rest still remains the same. I'm gonna change this to sign in. The rest still remains, but here we're not going to have sign up user, but we are going to have the sign in user, but still the rest still remains. And then here I can just have sign in with Google, and the button instead of sign up I'll have sign in, and now I can sign in screen now inside this. Now it should be working well. Should be working well. So let us see in a moment. So here I have my sign in. So I'm gonna try signing in again. So it should be like that, using the email that I used to sign up, and then I can first of all try entering a wrong password and then try to sign in. So we will not be informed because here we've not had an else statement. We are just having this as being logged. So if I could go over again to my emulators, so I will find that specific error, that email error, because it was so I'll find email error because this password is incorrect. and I'm going to enter my password and now try to sign in, and hopefully we can get the success message below here. Yeah, here it is, meaning the signing was successful. So that is it, guys. That is it for signing in and signing up or user authentication. In the next video we are going to do persistent session, or how do you know if a user is logged in or not. Then we'll be able to continue with the third module. So again, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.